This week we are going to be winding up the accounting cycle. We have used worksheets over the past couple of chapters. You've seen them in relationship to the trial balance, the adjusting entries, and we haven't really talked yet about preparing those and why it is useful. One of the benefits of putting all of the transactions sort of in a column by column worksheet form is that then the errors may become a little bit more obvious if there are any. We will extend the columns another 2 columns from what we did in the adjusting entries with the adjusted trial balance to show how you can actually use the worksheet to prepare financial statements. So just to recap kind of the entire cycle, we've done all of the transactions, we've done all our journal entries, and we've got all of the individual ledger accounts updated with their balances, and now we're going to create an unadjusted trial balance. So prior to making any adjustments for things like prepaid insurance or any of that stuff, we're just going to look at where we stand after having done all of the transactions for the month. And then we've got a column in the worksheet for adjustments. And then from that, we go into a column that is the adjusted trial balance, which is just having, the new trial balance now as a result of the adjustments that you just made. From there, we will add 2 more columns. We will add an income statement column and a balance sheet column. And what you will do from the adjusted trial balance is you will take those items that belong on the income statement, your revenue, your expenses, and those will go into the corresponding debit credit columns of the income statement column that you just created. And then you'll do the same thing for the balance sheet column. You'll have your assets, your liabilities, your owner's equity, and those will similarly get carried over into the balance sheet column. And this is what that looks like. And unfortunately, it is pretty microscopic, and I don't think there's a way that I can make this a whole lot better. But this slide is in your materials, so hopefully it looks a little bit better there, and it certainly should be in your book. But just to recap, this number 1 here column, this is your unadjusted trial balance. Column 2 are the adjustments that we made last month, and then the adjusted trial balance as a result of having made those adjustments. Now we've got our income statement and then our balance sheet, and I should also say statement of owner's equity. So as I had talked about just a second ago, for that income statement column, all you're going to do is go over to your adjusted trial balance and you're going to grab the income statement accounts and just make sure when you bring them over that the credit entries go into the credit column and the debits go into the debit column. And then you will total that up. Yeah, I know they don't equal right now, but that's okay. Just hang loose for a second on that. Then over in your balance sheet statement of owner's equity, you are going to also pull all of the assets, liabilities, equity, withdrawals, all of those into those corresponding columns, and you are going to total those up. Now, yes, those debits and credits don't equal. And the reason they don't equal is that on this balance sheet, there's a piece missing. And what that missing piece is when you go to create your statement of, or your balance sheet, excuse me, and you've taken the owner's equity from the statement of owner's equity and plugged it in, you have added to that owner's equity the net income. And that's what's missing here to cause these two columns to balance. And where do we find that? Well, let's just wander on over here to our income statement. We've got our revenue minus our expenses, and if we subtract those, that gets us $3,785, which is our net income. If we put that there in our debit column and then add the debit and credit column from our income statement, you will see that now they balance. Similarly, if we take that, sorry, I keep losing my mouse, net income figure over here and we plug it into the credit side on our worksheet of our balance sheet columns, and we add that together, lo and behold, those columns now equal and we are in balance. We're going to, I'm going to actually stop this video here because the next concept just is about to take a big left turn, and I just as soon keep these on separate videos, so I will catch up to you in the next video.